they continue to ignore our porous border as millions of people are pouring across the border. I just saw the other day, I think it was citizens representing up to 150 different countries crossing our border illegally last month. 150 nations coming across the American border. And you're telling me that Joe Biden is not the one world sellout? Of course he is. Joe Biden is a sellout. He is a puppet. Joe Biden is somebody probably who is selling out to protect from his and Hunter's past. Somebody has some serious dirt on Joe Biden. And I tell you, how else do you get the guy to completely get up there and misrepresent the United States, to say that he supports the flag but ignore our border, to say that he supports traditional America, as he says, and then redefine marriage, redefine sports, redefine access to bathrooms, all because he wants to follow the new one world agenda. And that's what it's all about. Let's take a look again further at Revolver News. That says here, the true evil behind America's mass shootings. Well, we'll take a look at that maybe a little bit. Why does the FBI have a secure workspace at a Democrat law firm? That's kind of strange. Go woke or get broken. DeSantis moves to Knicks funding sports facility for woke Tampa Bay Rays. Nice work, Mr. DeSantis. I like that. He has been a true treasure in America, a beacon of truth and honesty. What's up, Ruth Ann? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Jenna. Mr. DeSantis has been amazing. His government, his leadership can serve as a model for the leadership of the United States. And what's great about the position that he's in, of course, a red state, and he was able to prove that lockdowns did not only not work, actually, lack of lockdowns allowed his state to prosper more than other states, such as California, the leftist state that I'm in right now, where we got this wacko Gavin Newsom. We also refer to him as the gerbil farmer, and that's an inside joke, of course, but there's a lot of different suspicions about Gavin Newsom. He's quite a strange guy, by the way. And so Mr. Gavin Newsom recently decided, even though California never had any slaves, decided to go ahead and do an analysis as to whether or not California should give reparations to African Americans. And I thought, it's kind of weird. There's never been any slaves in California, but somehow California owes a bunch of people money because of past sins, supposedly. I find that very interesting. I find that to be a bunch of BS, because basically what he's doing is he's trying to buy voters. It's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to buy voters. Okay, let's see. Angel Marie has a comment. She said, I had a dream DeSantis and Hunter Biden went one round. TKO, of course, DeSantis. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. I would love to see DeSantis knock out Hunter Biden, that crazed lunatic drug addict. Who else we got here? Elsa just said something. She said, I am also in Los Angeles. Crazy, hateful leadership. It is amazing what's going on. If you look at Skid Row, and of course Skid Row is going to be bad, right? But Skid Row is worse than it ever has been ever, right? Same thing with San Francisco, right? You've got London Brie. I mean, this lady is such a hypocrite. She is telling companies we must turn California red. We have to. There's no other option. Otherwise, California is going to go down the drain. And so London Brie, okay, the failed mayor of San Francisco, basically decided, with all of the rapid crime wave going on, the Biden crime wave, she decided to blame Walgreens. That's right, Walgreens, for not having more security. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Why is it Walgreens' fault that they're losing, I was reading in some stores, up to $10,000 a month in theft and stolen items? $10,000 a month. How many workers could that feed? That is ridiculous. But London Brie, of course, doesn't get it because she's a woke liberal, and she probably is not equipped to lead that city. It's as simple as that. She probably was voted in because of woke standards and so on, trying to fit some type of different standards that, let's go ahead and bring this person in or bring that person in who doesn't necessarily have a pedigree or have any type of teaching or history to understand how to lead the state and lead the city. But that's how it goes in San Francisco and in California. Let's go back here. This is live. What's up, buddy? How are you doing, man? Yeah, I told you I haven't been on in a few weeks. I've been super busy trying to run my business in California under the woke communists trying to take over free capitalism. It's absurd. It's amazing. Being locked down during COVID has been an absolute pain in the neck. I'll tell you why. Because not only did they scare the hell out of our customers, telling them, don't go out, don't mix your cohorts, all of this stuff, they've done it enough times. There have been up and down and up and down. Oh, we're locked down. We're not locked down. We're locked down. Back and forth to the point it's like shaking people off of a boat. And they've shaken enough people off the boat. We got to go and win our customers back. I mean, we've been in business for 20 years. And those socialist, ignorant fools have no idea how to have no idea. What's up? One moment, buddy. Have no idea how to run a business. They have no idea. They're used to spending other people's money. And that's the problem. They are not used to accountability. They can't take a buck and stretch it. They can't take a buck and stretch it because they're always spending your bucks, my bucks, everyone else's bucks. And if they weren't doing it, they would stop spending because it hurts a lot more when you waste your own money. And that's why they can't relate to small businesses or any businesses for that matter. So California has been an absolute disaster when it comes to socialism. Fortunately for Gavin Newsom, for him, that is, there's been a lot of tech money that has come in that has helped him to basically offset a number of homeless people who can no longer really pay taxes. And so what's happening is this tech money coming in is allowing him to have a surplus. So he can spend it on this garbage, that garbage, this garbage, that garbage. And what happens is you have things like that are basic municipalities such as water. Every year they say, oh, it's a drought, it's a drought, it's a drought, water rationing, but you can't control how many people come across the border illegally? That makes no sense. If there is a lack of resources for the population size, why do you keep growing the population? That would be a good question for you, Mr. Gerbil Newsom. That's, again, his nickname. Gabby, why in the world would you allow the border to be crossed by people who are not tracked, who are not checked to see if they're part of a gang, to see if they're part of a terrorist group? Why would you do that? There's only one way and only one reason. Because you want votes. That's the only reason. So this guy is as crooked as can be, Gavin Newsom. He's somehow related, I think, to Pelosi, who's just, I mean, I hate to say it, she should retire. She's done. She's absolutely done. Matter of fact, you guys just hear the other day, Pelosi's husband, 82 years old, just got pulled over for drunk driving. He got arrested. 82 years old. The guy's probably got money coming out his ears from all of the government contracts that she's lined up for her husband, right? That's how it works, right? It's all pay to play. Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, right? And you got Hunter, right? You got Nancy, her husband, right? You got, of course, Gavi and his cousins and this and that. It's all pay to play. They give each other these different contracts, and then they say, look, we're going to build this program up. We're going to build that program up. All of these social programs. Then they have relatives who go and invest, and they bid on these contracts. They get the contracts, and they're scratching each other's backs, right? That's what they're doing. It's complete corruption. We need to stop these guys. We need to vote them the hell out of office, and we need to put in constitutional conservatives, those who believe in the rule of law and representation of true Americans. That's what we need to do. So you've got basically Pelosi, whose husband got arrested, and I'm asking myself, why is he not using an Uber? Why doesn't he not have a driver, right? I'm sure he has guards around his house because, of course, we're not allowed to have guns according to these wacko leftists in California. But they, of course, have their own guards, right? They've got their own personal security detail. That's right. I'm sure Gavin Newsom, these guys follow him around, protect him, this and that. Oh, but we need to ban guns. So there's a shooting, right, that goes on. We heard about this. It's horrible, right? Happened in Uvalde in Texas. And Gavin Newsom says, oh, I'm going to make stricter gun laws in California. The gun laws are already out of this world in California. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So we're in a situation, you've got these corrupt leaders. You got Nancy Pelosi, her husband, driving drunk at 82 years old, at least the police arrested him, right? I'll give them credit for that. That's great. Because you know what? Nobody should be above the law. And they get away with so much crap. It's absolutely mind-boggling. It's ridiculous. These people are as crooked as can be. President Trump was 100% right when he warned during the debates and during the campaign season. He said, these people are going to destroy all of these key institutions. He said it very clearly. He was 100% right. And he said it was going to be the most crooked election in U.S. history. And you know what? I think he hit a bullseye. He's right on target, guys. And so President Trump is interesting. I was thinking about this driving home the other day. Why do some people, because I've got family members, oh, I couldn't have voted for Trump, this and that. I'm like, what do you couldn't? I mean, maybe my brother-in-law's influence or something. I'm like, come on, dude, you don't need to be so beta about this, right? Let's be a little more alpha and think about America first, right? America first. All of our leaders were America first for the last 200 plus years. And all of a sudden now we get Obama, a little bit Clinton, Obama, and it's America last. America last. And then we got, of course, Sleepy Joe, which is basically a puppet for Obama. And so it's America last. How do we get to this situation? It's absurd. And I look at somebody like Trump, and Trump ticks them off. He upsets them, and they're having their Karen mode going on. They can't handle Trump said something so strong. He said, for example, why are we bringing in people from SHIT whole countries? Well, it's a good question. We don't want to bring in people who are going to bring in crime and disorder and not contribute to a growing economy, right? Why would we want to do that? If we want to help America soar, which we should, right? Everybody wants to make America win. At least they should, unless, of course, you're a socialist, liberal, leftist, piece of crap Democrat. But most mindful Americans want to see America succeed. So Trump says, look, I don't want people coming from these crappy countries. I want to bring in people who are going to contribute. There should be a litmus test. You have to basically be able to, one, have the ability to contribute to the society, two, bring in funding for investment, and three, not have a criminal record. Those are very simple things. You would not invite somebody in your house who had a criminal record, right? Would Joe Biden? Well, Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing. But his wife would not allow them into that. Oh, what's up, Sylvia? Thanks for joining us. His wife would not allow people into their house if they had a criminal record, right? If they don't have a job, or if they can't contribute, if they're just going to milk off of them. But they want our country to bring people in who don't have a job, they don't have the finances to contribute to the society. They don't have the education. What's up, Freedom Marta? Thanks for joining us. They have a criminal record often, right? And we're supposed to bring them into our country. It makes no sense. So what happens? President Trump is not only one, he's two, he's three, he's four steps ahead. He's thinking about what is going to happen. And you know what? He calls them out. And you know what they say? He's prejudiced. He's judgmental. He's all of these different things. And you know what? In the end, most of the time, he's right. That's the point. He has insight that is extremely unique. And I'm not here to worship anybody, right? Whether it be other than God, rather than Jesus, right? But I will say this. Thanks for joining us again. So basically, what I'm seeing here is you've got a President Trump, and some of us conservatives like you guys. Hey, what's up, Mrs. Porter? Her husband married my wife and I, Mr. Don Porter, one of the greatest preachers I've ever met personally. So anyway, so you've got you've got a guy like President Trump who is 1, 2, 3, and 4 steps ahead of other people. He says it like it is. He gets called prejudiced. He gets called racist, homophobe, and he ends up being right almost all of the time. There are some people who have insight that is unique. Maybe it is a biblical gift. Maybe it is a spiritual gift. It could be, right? Some people have insight that most of the population don't have.